Hello and welcome. This video is going to be what sold for me for the first week of July and then the last 2 days of June because I went on vacation. So I didn't share those with you in my last what sold video, so I'm going to share with you now. I do have 4 platforms of sales to share with you, which is nice because that hasn't happened for a little while. I'm going to scoot over here and we're going to start with Facebook. I sold this pair of crocheted granny squares from the 70s. They were just little pot holders and I sold them for $10 on Facebook. On Facebook, the buyer pays for shipping and they only have a 5% fee. So this was very nice, especially since I only paid $1 for both of these. So happy about that. The next platform, Miss Moxie, come on, she hopped up here just so that way I could move her over for y'all. I know, hi baby. This next item I sold, I got this from the big vintage buyout. I have listed a few pieces on my Etsy store. I also have pretty much paid for that haul already with my whatnot sales, but I will talk about that when I do my monthly recap for June. I did not sell this for $47.41. I sold this for $20, and the $27.41 is the taxes and the shipping because this went to Hong Kong. Didn't know that that was something that could happen, but apparently that is available. So I paid, 25 cents for this shirt and I sold it for 20. And yeah, it's interesting to me. I did not expect this, of all things, to go to Hong Kong, but it did. So cool. And then we're gonna flop over here, Miss Moxie again, and we're gonna go to Poshmark. Sold 2 things on Poshmark. I sold this pair of Aldo shoes for $25 on Poshmark. Really happy about that. I paid like $5 or $6 for these. I just picked them up because I thought they were beautiful, and I don't normally pick up Aldo, but if I like it, I'm going to pick it up, and I did like these, and I probably, if they were my size, would have kept them, but they were not, which I guess in a way is lucky for me. I also sold this Boston Red Sox shirt. This is soft as grape. This is something I picked up for like $1, so it sold for $7. I made like $3 off of this shirt. I will not probably pick this up again unless I get it for super cheap. I probably will pick it up again. What am I saying? If I can make money on it, chances are I'm going to pick it up, especially if it's in one of these big buyouts that I do. I'll just pick up anything that I can and hopefully list it quickly. Well, I am going to be listing it quickly because I'm not showing you any more hauls until after everything's listed to make sure that I actually can get into this mountainous hoarded death pile. All right, last time, Miss Moxie. She just looks so happy about this. She's purring the whole time when I do that, by the way. I sold this vintage Tommy tie from the 90s. I paid this $2 for this. It sold for $7. Again, I'm just trying to move things out of my house, get them in, get them out, make money. This is a UK brand called Punk Rave. It is something I do recommend you pick up if you're able to find it in good condition. Pretty much anything like trap style, rave, punk, goth, anything like that, I pick it up. I rarely find it at the thrift stores, but I always look for it because it does move pretty quickly. This sold for $20 and the buyer paid for shipping. This actually went to Alaska, which I was surprised about as well. Not quite as surprised as the Hong Kong shirt, but surprised that this went to Alaska. So happy to, I paid like $4.50 for this, so, and it sold within less than 2 months, so very happy about that. This next item was another international sale. This sold through the global shipping program. I bought this at New to You for $12, and that is because this was brand new with tags, and it sold for $69.87. It was this beautiful blue velvet sport coat, and like the original price was like $100 and some odd, so I marked it at like half of that, and very happy that that sold. That was a very nice cha-ching to come through, especially with the slow sales I had in June. So it was a nice way to end the month. I also sold this pair of AFCO shorts. It sold for $18.25 and the buyer paid for shipping. AFCO is a brand where the shorts seem to sell well for me, but the tops don't. So I will probably only be picking up the bottoms going forward. This was a surprise. I can't remember where these came from. I think they might have come up in a ThredUp box, or I might have just bought a bunch of shorts because it's short season. Either way, it would have been $4 or less, and I sold them for my full asking price of $11.87, and the buyer paid for shipping. I also sold this pure Jill linen pullover. This photo is horrible. It's absolutely horrible, but it still sold for $14 and the buyer paid for shipping. 100% linen, and Jill does do very well for me when I'm able to photograph it and it doesn't look like this hot garbage that I have here. Very happy it's all for this terrible photo. This pair of Vionic sandals that I picked up, I paid I think $4 for these. They sold as soon as I listed them. Again, this was when I was watching Courtney Common Tags, her chatty work with me, as I decided, you know what, I just need to get some of these shoes listed and out of my house. And this one sold within 6 weeks of me doing that. So it sold for $18 and the buyer paid for shipping. This pair of Not Your Daughter jeans are something I picked up at CHKD. I paid $5 for them. I sold them for $9.87 and the buyer paid padded flat rate for shipping. I did not realize that not all Not Your Daughter jeans sell well or for good money, but I know now, so I still doubled my money off of this sale, so happy about that. This next item you can see here that is a bundle sale. This woman bought both pairs of the London Jean chino linen pants. This was another thing that I had initially bought for myself. I also bought both of these at the CHKD that I had bought the other previous pair of pants from. I paid $5 each for both of these as well. And I bought them actually for myself, but I had another instance where they weren't long enough because I do have a 32-inch inseam and these weren't long enough for me. They had sent me a question saying, hey, can you do $15 for both of these shipped? And I was like, I can do $15 for both of them, plus you pay for shipping. And the way I have everything set up, I'll just refund you any shipping overage. So they're like, okay, cool. And so as you see here, I refunded them one of the padded flat rate amounts and then kept the other one and then shipped them in the same padded flat rate bundle. So really nice sale. Paid $10, turned it into $30, and got 2 pieces out of my house that I had originally intended to keep. So that worked out very well for me. This Victoria's Secret pink shirt is something I picked up in a recent bins trip. So this I paid like $1 for or less, and it sold for $7.50. I have no qualms doing that, especially if I'm paying less than $1 for something. Awesome. And this sold relatively quickly, so only like 2 weeks after I listed it, so that was nice. This is another bins pickup. Again, I love selling books because they're so easy for me to sell. Not everybody would be willing to do that for, you know, the $2.50 I made off of this book, because it sold for $3. I paid 25 cents for this at the bins. So for a couple dollars, I saved something from going to the landfill that is almost an antique. So that's also part of the reason why I did that, is because thinking about this going in a landfill makes me sad, and I don't want to be sad, so I saved it. This is something I paid $2 for because I thought it was beautiful, even though it's an ashtray. I do pick up ashtrays whenever I find them, and I like them because, you know, while big tobacco is going out, Mary Jane is coming in, and so there's still quite a market for ashtrays. So this sold for $10 and the buyer paid $9 for shipping. So this next item was a mistake, and the mistake was that I accidentally accepted the offer instead of rejecting the offer, which is what I thought I was doing, but I guess I was not paying attention when I did this and ended up accepting this offer. I still made a profit because I paid $4.50 for the shirt at a Goodwill, but it wasn't double my money. So I still made a profit, but it wasn't what I wanted, and I still just honored the sale because that's my fault. I wasn't paying attention and hit accept instead of reject. So it's gone. It sold quickly. I just needed to pay more attention. But this is just before I was going on vacation, so I was like doing a bunch of other things at the same time. So that's why that happened. This wasn't a mistake. This I just went ahead and accepted. This came in a thread-up t-shirt box. I've already made my money back on that box, so I was just like, sure, you can have this for $5, no big deal. So it sold for $5 and the buyer paid $4 for shipping. This t-shirt was also a bins pickup, so I paid, you know, less than $1 for this. This is some kind of streetwear brand that is not that popular. Well, yes and no. Some of their designs are really popular, some of them are not. This was kind of a meh design, but I didn't know that when I sourced it at the bins because I can't look on my phone at the bins. There's like no signal in there. So I paid less than $1. It sold for $5. I will do that for a quick flip all day long. And then the last sale I have to share with you is also a bins pickup, and you'll notice that the price point is very low for these bins pickups because I'm paying so little for these. So I bought this book for 50 cents at the bins because hardcovers are 50 cents, soft covers are 25 cents. I paid 50 cents for this and it sold for $3.50, so I made $3 off of this, and the buyer paid for shipping. So very cool. Again, not a whole lot of sales, even with the extra 2 days tacked on. Sales have picked back up, but that is because I have been listing like a crazy person to try to help combat this summer slowdown. I've just been like really working hard since coming back from vacation, and it is paying off. So if summer slowdown is affecting you, maybe like double your efforts or triple your efforts in my case, and hopefully that'll help. Or if you're having great sales, you know, keep doing what you're doing, because obviously what you're doing is working. But I will see you guys in a couple days for another video, and until then, bye. Bye. This took a very long time to Moxie. Oh my god. I'm petting her almost the entire time I film these videos. She must be shedding. All right, I'm not gonna pet you anymore, baby girl, but I am gonna de-shed you when this video is over. Oh my god.